What's up, everybody? It is Fox, and as always, I'm bringing you something slightly different for the Misha channel. And today, that's right, it's going to be a little bit of rattle can. So for those of you that don't care anything about rattle canning your guns, you should watch, because this may change your mind. So what I want you to do is go get your favorite gun and go get your grandmother's or your spouse or your significant other's best kitchen dining room table and bring it outside, and I will meet you there with the supplies you need. So what I have done is I have got my Steyr AUG, went ahead and put a little bit of blue painter's tape on there. Skipped all that because nobody gives a rat's behind about watching someone tape up a gun. So you will need blue spray, or blue paint. Jesus Christ, you will need blue tape. There we go. And you will need a smorgasbord of paint. I'm going with a Urban Backyard Tactical look. I don't even know what color these two are, but I found them. And I got on good old Amazon and ordered a Reptilian Illuminati snake skin that we will put on this beauty. So what we have is the Steyr AUG NATO version in 223. It's all taped up. I went ahead and hit this little port here. Doubt it really matters, but I did it anyway. So what we will do is start with a base coat. So let me get the paint ready, and I will take you guys along for a wonderful journey of Bob Ross Fox. Okay guys, we've got the gun laid out. I do have it propped up. Once again, do grab the best table you have to paint on, and let's do this together. I'm going to start with probably a close color to the FDE. Actually, let's go with something a little darker. Why not? So everything is taped up. And guys, this does not have to be perfect. The purpose of this is to break up a solid pattern and ultimately just have fun. If you're not having fun spray painting, then what are you doing anyways? To me, this is just as fun as shooting and training with the gun. So let's start with a little bit of spray here. We're just gonna lightly dust this dude. Just like that. We'll let it set for a moment. Actually, let's go ahead and hit it with another slightly darker. I wish these said the name of the colors on them, and they probably do, but I can't read. So we'll hit that one more time with just up and down marks. Nothing perfect, guys. This is just a base coat. So it is -20 outside, so this is probably going to take a good 10 to 15 minutes to dry. So we will flip it over and do the same thing. I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, we flipped the firearm over. Let's go ahead and hit it again with some tiger striping. So keep in mind, all this is kind of a light dusting to break up the stock color of this gun. That way when we put our pattern on there, it will be a different color. That probably doesn't make any sense. That's okay. A lot of the times I don't make any sense. So just hang in there and maybe we'll have a pretty cool final product. Like I said, guys, do not take this serious. It is simply painting a gun. As you can see, I have some sort of weird leak here, and that's just fine too. We'll make a mess with it. We're putting a lot of splatter on the gun, but all that does is add character. There. There. Sometimes you just gotta slap the devil out of it. All right. So we're here, we're gonna let this dry, and then we will take it inside because it is cold, and we will start wrapping the stencil on this. Catch you guys in a second. Okay guys, so I didn't think it would be fair not to bring you along while I'll kind of put this fish scale, reptilian looking, whatever, stencil on here. So all I'm doing is kind of laying this up. This is really sticky, so I'm just setting it up there. In the real world and in the perfect world, you would cut this out to fit the gun perfectly, but we don't want that. So as you can see here, I've so desperately tried to pull this off, and it seemed to be slightly okay. So we will peel this back. I'm going to set you down so you can watch this process. Let's get this peeled back up, and all we're going to do is kind of just set this around this area right here, kind of overlapping it. Just like that. Kind of pull the slack in to where you can almost stick it on the gun. Kind of wrap it around just like that. Okay, so as you can see, whoa, oh man, we're kind of in a winter NATO around here. So as you can see, this is not perfect, and that is totally fine because the end results will be perfection. Let's grab a slightly different color we haven't used yet and just kind of give this little dude a dusting. You're supposed to shake these before you use them. So just another dusting here. And you can see there, it's starting to come to life. We're gonna let that set and dry, hit it with a few more colors, and then we will flip it over and do the same thing. And of course, hit the magnifier that I have not covered, which is totally fine, and get this Styrofoam all done up. Okay, so we've got the stencil nice and laid out. We're gonna hit it again with some dustings of a different color than what we have used. So we're just gonna kind of go up and down this little fella, just like such. I'm gonna come in with some darker here. There we go, maybe hit it right there. And then right there. So we will let that dry, peel this off, and take a look at it. Went ahead and peeled off my 2 stencil layers here. As you can see, we're starting to really look alive here, kind of like something out in the woods, a swamp thing or something. So peeled off this one, and I went ahead and set it back here on the Holosun magnifier and 510C optic. Kind of push that in there, and we will kind of give that a dusting. But as you can see, it's starting to really come alive. We will hit the barrel out here too, but it's hard to do with not having the camera mounted, but I think you guys get the point. As always, please do, I encourage you to follow along at home. You don't have to have a stencil. You can simply just do this with your Krylon, Rust-Oleum, whatever paint you have, and just follow along. I really do encourage everybody to paint their guns. This is really what makes this gun unique to you, even for the collector pieces, especially if you don't plan on getting rid of it or you're wanting to keep it into the family, pass it down to a loved one, whatever it is. This is what separates your gun from the guy at the range that may have this exact same gun. So we will continue with a dusting here. Try to use 2 different colors, kind of a lighter and then a darker color, and just boom. That right there should really make that pop. All right, we're gonna let that set for a minute, peel this off, and then we're gonna work our way down here towards the barrel. Might do something kind of different on the barrel. See, on the back, from the grip back portion of this gun, we did use these stencils here. So what I did is in the stencils, you have these other cutouts, which if you really want to be a big cool guy, you can just individually peel these off and kind of do what I did here on the barrel. So I'm going to do something slightly different with the small pieces of the stencil. So we'll kind of just, like I said, just tag that a few different colors there. Get over here to a darker color and follow up behind the splatter. So as you can see, we will peel those off and we'll have a beautiful ending result. Starting to slowly come together. I do think we need to hit that again real quick. Even though this is going to be wrapped up, let's hit that one more time. So we'll take this slightly janky broken one here. I'm just going to set that right there just like that. Come back to our lighter color and give it a little sidewind. And you can just ever so lovely peel that right off. Gosh, guys, you know, these are just days that really make me happy and excited to get out here in this nice, cool, crisp, pre-winter weather. Get out here and really start doing some Bob Ross shit on one of these guns. I'd like to urge everyone to do this. It will make you feel good. I promise. A lot of you people cringe whenever people paint guns, and I understand. I used to be one of them too until I let my inner artistic ability release and really get on one of these and just become one with the gun in nature. All right, we're gonna flip this over and see you on the other side. And as you can see here, this just has kind of our pre-base coat that we put on to really make the stencil pop whenever we peel it off. So you have the factory coat underneath this. Basically all this is, and a lot of times people will just paint them like this and leave it, because what it does is it does do a great job for breaking this gun up. And for all you people that don't hunt, I promise you, there is something to having a camouflage gun. I've spent many of years and hours in the woods, and an all black gun could almost have you miss the big one. So I'll quit rambling on. We are on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and set our stencil up and we will start giving her hell. All right, so what I've done is I've positioned the camera so you can actually see down, and of course, a beautiful crotch shot. So, once again, our stencil. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of slightly wrap it around on this side of the gun here. And I haven't got to the butt pad of the gun yet. We'll save the best for last. Butt should always be last. So, we'll take our broken up janky stencil here and just kind of lay it right on top. Like I said, just kind of ease this dude into its place. There are some big gaps in it, and that is okay, guys. I'm telling you, don't be so hard on yourself when you paint these. This is all about expression and just having fun with your firearm. This is just one more added bonus to really get to know your gun. So we're gonna do our light dusting here. Start at the back here, tiger stripe. Okay, and let's follow through with, I don't even know what color this is, but I think it's a green. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so once again, you can almost do it in the opposite direction. And we'll do it one more time with the light color to kind of break it up going this way. All right. Now, I think this stuff dries quick enough where you can almost peel this right off. Yeah, so set our stencil aside. Peel it off here. Oh yeah. This thing is really starting to look like a freak of nature. Turn you guys around here. As you can see, we're coming along. We'll get up here to our barrel in a minute. Guys, I do get a little excited when I do this, so I bounce around a lot. But that's what it's all about. For some reason, this front magnifier, I should have just used the sight glass cover. But it's okay. We can always get a Q-tip with some lacquer thinner and it'll peel it just right off. Okay, I'm gonna spin you guys back around and we'll go ahead and hit the optics up here. All right, as promised, let's get over here to the optics. Just gonna kind of set this over here, put it in. I hope you guys can hear my pleated woodpecker back there. We are deep into the woods and there is a pleated woodpecker that keeps me lots of company, and he's very used to firearms. Okay guys, so we do have the optics covered. I'm gonna come over here with a darker color, just lightly graze those. Kind of follow up here with a little bit of light. Like I said, there's no messing this stuff up. You can overlay your wraps or stencil. It's not going to hurt anything on this gun. So I'm gonna kind of take a sneak peek back here. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm telling you guys, this is so satisfying. Peel that out of the way. And we are getting somewhere. So now we're gonna flip it over with a darker color and hit this to lighten it up. Well, I say darken it up. So let's get to it. So now we're gonna kind of hit some of those hard spots that were hard to get to. That right there should be just fine. Kind of peel it back here and see. Oh yeah, perfect. Looky there, looky there. All right, go through here and let's hit the barrel while we're out here. There we go. Let's let this marinate for a minute. We'll roll it over. Kind of hit some oddball spots we may not have completely got. So I brought you guys back here on the butt of things. This is the pad of the gun. Threw the stencil on. Look at that. Just absolutely perfect. Starting to really come together here. And if you don't like the way things turn out, you can always restart. Just take your can here, cover the whole gun back as a base layer, then get your stencil, put it back on, and you're good to go and you're starting all over. I like the look of this slightly better than this. I'll set my stencil right up there and hit that with a lighter color. But guys, that's the beauty of this. It's just fun. All right, we're getting pretty close to being done. We will let this dry, get it inside. Should we do a mag? We probably should do a mag. Yeah, we better stencil a mag in. I will get one ready. Okay, so I was able to go in and grab AR mags. So let's grab one of these cheapo depot AR mags and let's get it painted. So I'm going to open this up out of plastic and we will stencil up and paint an AR-15 mag for the Styrogue. So guys, same thing applies here. We will take this ugly mug and just give it a quick base coat. Let's kind of prop it up there. Perfect. We will let that dry, wrap the stencil around it, and once again have nothing but pure perfection. So I did make sure that we are nowhere near being dry, but went ahead and threw the stencil on there because I'm not patient. So let's see here. Oh yeah, look at that. If that was a snake, it's going to come up and bite you. Yep. Let that dry for about 10 seconds. Flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. All right, same thing. Set the stencil down on it right there. Just give it a little nice tap. There. There now. There. All right, and the old Peel and Reveal. Look at that. My gosh, guys. Now, I understand that is pretty bright and obnoxious. So what you can do is take your color, your base layer, and just kind of give it a little sparkle. Flip it over and just do kind of the same thing. Just kind of lighten that up, break it up. Now, you look like an undercover badass. In the woods, nothing will see you. So we'll get this slapped up into the old Styrogue after it dries. I'll catch you guys inside for a final Styrogue reveal. You know I said it around here, Bear. Maybe back in this corner. Here, maybe it's over here. I was in this vicinity when we set it up, right? Where is it? Where did it go? Is it down here? Oh, I didn't make it this far. Oh man, the problem with painting your gun is if you set it down when nature calls, you're probably not going to find it. I give up. All right, guys. So as y'all can see, is totally lost my gun. Had to get the hunting dog to come and retrieve it for me. He did a pretty good job, but nonetheless. So nonetheless, we were able to find it, and this gun is just awesome. You can see how it really fits in with its environment out here in the woods. I will probably never have to use this in a camo situation, but guys, it is just so fun to paint one of these up. Get it up here a little closer for you. And if you ever do want to use the Styrogue for hunting or for taking into the deep woods or for a combat situation, the FDE and the green and the colors that they do come with are pretty awesome, but just something about this little added feature just makes it that much cooler to have a little customization in it. I'm going to kind of cut over, set this down into a creek bed so you guys can look at it a little more. As you guys can see, I get really excited about painting guns. So let's move a little deeper into the woods, and who knows, we might also find something cool. So we have ventured out pretty far into the property. This is one of our favorite things to do here. The bear dog always loves to get out and explore. There's the dog painted up. It is fall, winter right now, so not a whole lot of green. We should have really found a more of a orange leaf color, but for now that's definitely going to do. And like I said, if you were going to use any of these for a hunting rifle, it really does do a good job of breaking things up. You can see we are pretty deep back here, and I wanted to bring you guys along for the journey. All right, guys, so me and my partner over here, as you can see, Misha is a cat lover, as I am too, but I also have a pretty big dog here. Had him since he was 8 weeks old. He is my best friend and hunting partner. He is reliable and a very good protector of the land. So I'll probably never give you his real name, but we will call him Bear. Anyways, just wanted to kind of give some final thoughts and opinions on the Steyr camo. This video is probably entirely too long for just painting a gun, but I feel if I'm going to be doing something with one of my guns and I enjoy it, why not film it and bring you guys along? You can always skip it or watch it and kick back and get to know Fox a little more and kind of what I'm all about. I like to spend a lot of time in the woods and especially take my guns and, as you can see, my hunting dog out with me. But I think the Steyr looks and did exactly what I intended it to do, and that's blend in with my environment. I do a lot of drills out here and I work with this land a whole lot, so I want my gun to kind of match that too. Now, this is just a painting follow along video with Fox. This isn't going to be a breakdown of this gun. However, I am going to do a review and my thoughts and opinions on this Steyr. Probably do that in a few weeks and throw it up on the channel. But guys, I really appreciate y'all staying tuned, watching this, and kind of getting to see a side of me that you haven't got to see before. I try not to do anything or take myself too serious, so painting a gun and getting to do these kind of things just make life kind of fun. As always, thank you for watching. I do want comments down in the comment section. Likes, dislikes, tell me what you did or didn't like. But also tell me about your gun painting experience. Is it a cardinal sin, or is it something that you have done before? And did I convince anybody that wouldn't paint their gun to paint it? Sorry if it's getting a little windy. Guys, please do like, share, subscribe. And as always do, if you can, check out the link to the Patreon. It does help right now. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed doing today's video, as I do most all videos. This was just kind of right down my alley. So, this is Fox, and as always, I will catch you around, and Bear says goodbye too.